Hi, my name is Nomal Wijeyaratne. I'm chairman of Quantum Fitness. We're doing a program about my fitness routine, and I've always maintained a fitness routine just to ensure that staying healthy. I've been training since I was at school. It really started with sports and my interest in running, cycling, athletics in general. So it's continued from there. So since I left school, I've just continued doing, keeping up the exercise. I'm quite considerate about the food. I'm primarily a vegetarian. I'm not a strict vegetarian in the sense that if I go out and somebody gives me fish, I'll eat it. But generally, if I get to choose, I choose vegetarian. So I'm fairly, when I do watch what I do eat. I work out in the morning, usually before I get going with the rest of the day. No, I'm actually doing my workout on my own. It's really a case of once I get up, it's just part of my routine and I'm just doing it on my own. It's really part of the, because I went to school overseas, so the school, we were quite into sports, so that really kind of inculcated my interest in sports, and I just kept that going because I really enjoyed running and cycling, so I really just kept that going. Nutrition is really important, though I don't monitor it like far as, okay, did I get this amount of fiber, this amount of vitamins, but I'm generally aware, though I'm not measuring it carefully. Nutrition is so important, but I'm aware that you need a lot of fiber in your diet, which is like fruits and vegetables. So that awareness kind of keeps my interest in what I choose to eat. I do, but it would just mean a shorter workout. It would mean that rather than maybe a 1 hour workout, it might end up being a 15-minute workout. So I have a piece of equipment that actually is very effective, which would increase that 10 to 15 minutes of time I spend on it into like a 1 hour workout. So I kind of have 3 levels. I have like a low, medium, and a high, and quite often I'm doing the kind of the medium one. So it depends whether I'm in a rush, but if I'm feeling down, psychologically down, I still do a workout because I know that kind of picks me up. Workout culture in Sri Lanka is still very much in the early stages. I would say, as compared to say like the US or one of the countries that would be, let's say Australia, New Zealand, US, like that, I would say Sri Lanka may be like in the 1970s over there. It's probably not even at that point. Still, people are really relying on the doctors telling them that you got to walk or you need to become physically active, rather than people making that part of their lifestyle. So it's still really at the very much the beginning stages of people getting active. Well, for me, it's really nothing, because since the gym, my gym is at home, and it's just really, the fact is for me, a reasonable workout's only like half an hour, 40 minutes, and I can always fit it in. And like I said, even I have a short workout where it's 10 to 15 minutes, and that's still a workout. And for me, I incorporate other things as well, whether it's cleaning the house to, doing the treadmill, all of those things which takes an extended workout. So I incorporate that as well. So, it's really part of my lifestyle. Well, I think you don't want to be in a hospital. That's the motivation. Really, the thing is that, my parents, they used to, they're actually in their 80s and 90s, and they used to have regular visits to the hospital, a certain level of medication. Once I put them on a workout routine, their hospital requirement visits, doctor visits, the medication requirements just drastically dropped to more than like 90%. I mean, frankly, I would say 98% plus that the requirement for the illness, the chances of illness, it just dropped off. So that's really it. I mean, you should live your life how your last 10 years of your life is going to be. So if you don't want to be dependent on other people, be able to do your own things and live a full life, you know, that's the reality. And if you don't do that, you know, you're going to pay the price somewhere. So why not just pay the price while you're still young and able to do it? Hi, welcome to my home. Right, come through. Right, this is a very open concept in the house. We got the gym upstairs and downstairs, including the kitchen. It's all very open. So let's go upstairs to the gym. Right, this is the gym area. It's set out in a very open, it's quite important to set your gym in an area where you're motivated to go into it and you feel nice and comfortable, pleasant to work out, and it should be one of the most interesting part of your day. So the way it's set out, you can just see out into the lawn area, a lot of bush out there. And so you're never demotivated to use it, you're always motivated to use it. Right, so on to my first exercise. As you can see, I don't wear any fancy sports footwear. So I do all my workout with bare feet. And the first machine that we're going to do is, this is called an inversion machine. It's, in simple terms, it's hanging upside down. And there's a lot of benefits, health benefits in hanging upside down. Especially for people with lower back pain, it helps to relieve, and a number of people that I have recommended this machine who have lower back pain no longer have the lower back pain. This is actually initially, when you do it, it takes a while to get used to it, but then after been using it for more than a month, it's quite comfortable. And one time I even fell asleep while hanging like this, and after a number of minutes I woke up. So I do this for possibly about maybe 2 to 5 minutes. So there's no harm in the length of time that you do. Right, it's initially you kind of feel a little bit congested if you're not used to it, but after you get out, you feel great. It's again something that you have to get used to because it's not something that is natural to do so. Right, this is the second exercise of the day, but if I tell you what's the miracle machine here, this is power plate. So power plate actually works on, it vibrates at 35, this particular machine vibrates at 35 times a second in 3 ways, and you can't see the vibration, you can only feel it, and it's contracting and relaxing 97% of your muscle fibers 35 times a second. So we got 2 straps here, that's to feed the vibration to your hands, and what I do is, hydration is so important. I mean, amongst sleep, nutrition, hydration, those are the 3 key things in being fit, and of course the physical activity. So what I do is I get it going, get the machine going. I actually go through, this is 800 mils of water, and I've gone through that in 10 minutes. And that's my morning hydration program. So I'll just turn on this machine and put the remote back in there. And So since this is about what I do, I'm just going to do what I normally do, which is start drinking while I'm doing the workout, right? So I do 7 minutes. There are 7 foot positions. So I keep doing that, the machine stopping each minute. And then subsequently, I do some squats. And it's like squats is the most effective one piece of exercise that anyone can do. So you could just put your hands out and you just keep dropping. And yeah, the slower you go, better it is. And I just do that for 3 minutes. And so that's like my 10 minutes of the initial power plate workout. Right, so that was 30 seconds in this particular time, yeah. And it's got some news articles as well. Now, one reason I also did this before I do the rest of the exercise is because this warms you up. Whatever you do here first, like even say 5 minutes, it makes the rest of your exercises better by 25%. You're more capable of doing it, right? So this is called the power tower, and it has 2 exercises, very simple and really good for strength training. So I'm going to show you the first one. So we go like this. I do about 3 of them. It's really difficult for a normal person to go up and down like this. Yeah, so I think 3 a day has really kept the upper body strength quite good. Just wipe the sweat off. And so this one, it's kind of like doing a squat. So I do normally 1 set of this. For me, 1 set is 15 on each side. And this, again, what I've found is so good for the stomach and just the waist area that I think I had dropped about a belt size or 1.5 sizes on the belt by just doing this. So intention is to do 15 on this side, 15 on that side, 30 all together. So that's a good workout. So on the days that I do a shorter workout, I'm just doing these 3 and I go back here and I just try and finish off my water. So that might be like about 15 minutes. Put the machine back on and I just finish the exercises. Like usually keep the knees bent, and either I just finish the water or else I do some yoga poses. Like you can just do some stretches. It's really good for the muscles, good for the posture. It's not very easy while the machine is vibrating to also be doing this posture. Harder it is, better. So another one is for like balance. You can go like this, and it's just you just try and balance. Though you can't see that the machine is vibrating, it definitely is vibrating, and you know your body has to really try and rebalance itself. So when on stable ground, like your balance is increased. Right, okay, so this is actually called a tread climber. It's quite unusual. Normally the regular machines are treadmills, and so I've been trying out this machine more recently, but usually I'm on a treadmill. So normally what they recommend is that you should at least walk for 5 to 6 kilometers a day. So at least I try and do this when I do it half an hour, You try and do like 3 to 4 times a week, and it's okay doing the shorter workouts on the other days. So I'll show you how this works. Okay, so as you can see, so this particular machine is not for running. This is actually, it's kind of like walking in the sand. It takes more calories to pick up your foot, and because as it keeps going down. So, but the most common is a treadmill. These days they got treadmills where you got on the panel, you could choose where you want to go for a run or walk in the world, and there are tracks, personal trainers. It's called iFit. It's done by Nordic Proform, and keeps your workout interesting because you can see somewhere in the world you're going for a walk. Along with the track, the treadmill also goes up and down according to the topography. So when you're doing any exercise, more you change the rhythm, more effective it is on your body. So if you're doing a treadmill walk, it should vary every minute. It should vary with its incline, decline, the speed. Then your body doesn't get into a comfort zone and it starts to use more calories. It takes more energy. So your body is designed to conserve energy, and it's always trying to find its comfort zone. So you try to prevent that by constantly changing the machine, and it keeps your body on high alert. So every minute or so I just keep changing the pace, whether it's up or down. Right, as you can see, I don't wear any footwear. Safe environment. The thing is that when you walk barefoot, it stimulates all your nerves, and that's an important part of the exercise too. So if you're doing it in an area where it's safe, no heavy equipment's going to fall on your feet, it's good to do it bare feet. And it's comfortable for me at being at home as well. So I don't need any sports shoes for this. So, and of course, the other good thing about working out at home, the water is always handy. A lot of people go out for runs without the hydration, and there was a time that I was actually guilty of doing that as well, which ended up with a little bit of high readings for my kidneys due to the lack of hydration. So started to refocus back on the water. So I always finish off my workout back on power plate, because power plate is a great warm-up as well as a cool down. Because of the fact that it's contracting and relaxing your muscles, it just gets all your lactic acids down, and it just you know, gives you the flexibility. It's a nice way to cool down, and having the water as well. Right, we're just about to go down to go and have breakfast. But before that, I just want to remind people that during this COVID time, it's important to keep your immunity up, and so the physical exercise is really important amongst having the good rest and nutrition. So this is why it's so important to, if you are not able to do workouts, you get some equipment that is going to assist you in the workouts. If you can't get any equipment, even just be able to walk and just keep yourself fit. It's really important these days, and keep that immunity up. Right, okay, let's go down for breakfast. Okay, welcome to my kitchen. This is, I'm going to cook some porridge. It's porridge with some nuts. We got almonds and walnuts and flaxseed. really good for your health. So I'm actually primarily vegetarian. I'm not a strict vegetarian. We're going to put some of this mix some of that. So initially, I'm going to actually explain about some alkaline water which I'm going to mix this with. I'll explain to you a bit later on that. Okay, so I'll put this to heat. Right. And we're going to mix this. I put some alkaline water, which I'll explain to you a bit later. And I'm going to mix that with some oat milk. I don't usually drink cow milk. Again, it's a health factor. If anyone's interested, there's a superb documentary called The Game Changers. It's on Netflix, and it actually explains about the consequences of eating and drinking animal products, and it does include milk, cheese, anything to do with the animal products. So now, as far as getting some sweetener in, I use some bit of hakuru. We try and prevent eating sugar as much as possible, so I'm going to use some jaggery to mix it in with the oat. It's quite nice actually, and you need to be careful of what kind of hakuru that we do use. And I just mix this in with the porridge. Just gonna add a little bit more milk in here, and then just kind of let it slowly cook on light. So we're gonna put some. You can put some fruits into the oats. So I'm just gonna put some banana. What I've read is that a person needs about 25 grams of fiber per day, and there's a UK study that most people don't even get half of that, and that's a big part of people not keeping well and getting sick. So fruit is fiber. Right, so I'm just going to let it cook a little bit longer to get it a bit dry than this. The water that I use is alkaline water. This is actually a machine, it's called Kangen water. It's a Japanese machine. Alkaline water, the thing is that the reason that alkaline water is healthy is because when you get sick, it's because your body's got acidic, and alkaline actually helps to reduce your sickness. And I found I've had this machine for about a year, and I have not had colds and flus, except there was a real heavy viral flu going around a few months ago. I did get a bit of that, but other than that, I've just been so much better than just drinking the normal water. So that's the water that I mix in usually with the food and what we drink. So that's how it works. As far as the food is concerned, I try to keep it really healthy for breakfast and lunch. And dinner, it's like we don't normally have it. It's just really going light. It's just whatever's in the fridge. So it's just during the day, just trying to get enough of the vegetables, and even though there are lots of vegetables that give you the protein as well. So just to make sure that, one of the key mistakes that we do in Sri Lanka is that we tend to have heavy dinners, and then, that's pretty much the end of the day for people, and then they go to bed. And it just becomes all into overweight and unnecessary fat. So we just try to keep, it's really the breakfast and lunch being the main meal, and just put the focus on that. So me being, again, a vegetarian, I try and have lots of nuts, which is good for the protein side of things. Just like to thank My Fit Life on Hi TV for featuring me on this program. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I do for my workout routine and what I eat, and on the nutrition side as well. Hope to see you all next time. Thank you.